This video will be going through doing question 2. So to begin with, we'll do the command sudo apt-get update. This will update the Ubuntu OS. Then we'll install and configure the GUI. For this, it'll be this command. Enter that in. It should start loading. Enter Y. Then we'll install the tight VNC server. The command for that will be sudo apt install tight VNC server, all as one word. Click enter, then enter Y, then enter again. Now to configure the VNC server, we just have to type in VNC server. Then we'll be told to set up our password. So set up a password, whichever one you prefer. We'll also have to verify it. And for this, enter an N. Now we'll just stop the server. Now we'll need to create a backup of the X data file. For that, we'll need to enter in this command. Click enter. Now we can go and edit our startup file. Click enter. Here you can change up your startup file. Then exit and remember to save. Then we'll go to make the startup file executable. For that, we'll need this following command. Then lastly, we'll have to restart the server. For that, we'll go for vnc server -localhost. Now we'll open up PuTTY. Click on our Ubuntu VM session. Before that, we'll just open up Google Chrome and download the VNC server. So for this example, we'll be downloading the standalone exe x64 version. Once that's done, we open it up and we'll type in localhost 5901. For this, we'll enter in the password we set up previously, and we should be able to see our Ubuntu GUI. Now we'll be installing and configuring Apache. For that, we'll need the command sudo apt install apache 2. That should be able to install the Apache server. Now we'll check whether the Apache has started. For that, we'll do sudo systemctl status apache 2. Now let's install the Firefox browser. For that, we'll do sudo install Firefox. Okay, that's not correct. Go for sudo apt install Firefox. Now that should install the Firefox browser onto our Ubuntu server. Sorry, Ubuntu GUI. Once it's done, let's exit out from the terminal and go to settings manager, and scroll down till we get to default apps. Here we'll change our web browser to Mozilla Firefox and close. We'll go back to our terminal and type in xhost plus localhost. Now we'll open up Firefox and type in localhost. This will send us to the Apache 2 default page. Let's head back to the terminal. Now we'll go for the command sudo ufw applist. That'll show a list of all of the applications. Wait, never mind. It's not installed, so we'll have to go for sudo apt install ufw. Enter Y. Now we can go for the previous command. This will show a list of available applications. Now we can go for sudo ufw app info for Apache full. This will have the profile, title, and description of the app. Now we'll go for sudo ufw allow in Apache full. This will update the rules of Apache full. Then we'll go for the following command, which this will install a set of tools which will help us find which ports are being listened to. Then we'll go for the next command, which will show which ports are being listened on. So this is the following command. This will show that we are currently using port 80. So we want to also have port 443 be listened to. To do that, we'll enter in the following command. And then to enter in those changes, we have to restart the server. Wait, never mind, that's a mistake. We'll have to go for sudo systemctl restart Apache 2. So type that in and sudo at the start, enter. Okay. Now we'll try the command again to see what are being listened on. And now you'll see port 443 and port 80. Both are being listened on. Now we'll open up the local firewall to allow connection to port 80 and 443. This command will do such. So you'll see port 80 and 443 listed in the command. Now we'll just open up our browser and wait, no, let me open up PuTTY first. Then click on the Ubuntu session and copy the IP address. Type that into the URL. Now that should take us to the Apache 2 default page on our local machine. Close that. Now we want to install a PHP to add in the web page. To do that, we go for sudo apt install php libapache 2 -mod -php. Now that that's installed, let's check the version of PHP we were using. So we do php-v to check the version. Now enter in the following command to list the files that contain the text PHP. That being the load and config file. Now we'll go for this command to create a PHP file called info.php and edit the file. So over here we'll just make a couple additions and then just save it. This will allow us to see the detailed PHP configuration info page when we try to access the info page. So let's just change it to info.php. So now we see the entire configurations page. Now let's just exit out from here. Let's check the PDF to see what we have to do next, which is to create a Hello Cloud web page. To do that, we'll open up putty once again, load up our Ubuntu session, and then go into the HTML folder. Then use the following command to add a HTML document. Click enter. Now let's edit that index.html. Here is where you'll add in the sample HTML code that you have. So let me just quickly copy that in. Now paste that in. Now remember to exit and save. Now we'll just go for this command to change ownership of files to user Ubuntu. So it's sudo chown dash capital R Ubuntu :Ubuntu, and then follow that up with /var/www/html. Now just go and open git bash. Change directly to downloads. Now go for scp-i and copy the path to the private key and one of the images that you have, and end it off with Ubuntu. And at your IP address with a colon and /. Then click enter. Now do the same for all of the images for your group members that you have, each time changing up the image only. So in this case, we'll take the path of the second image and paste that in. And click enter. And we'll do this for the third image as well. So depending on how many group members you have, you'll have as many images. And now for the fourth member. So again, just delete the previous image path, get the new one. Yeah, you can just change the name and whether if it's a different image type, and then click enter. And now the last image, which will be just a JPG with our final group member who is Vishant. Enter. And now we're done with that. Now we'll just go back to our Ubuntu terminal. Now let's restart the Apache server. For that, we'll go for sudo systemctl restart apache 2. So now let's open up Google Chrome. And we'll have to enter in the IP address. So we'll have to open up PuTTY again and load the Ubuntu session and copy the IP address and put that into the URL, enter that in, and we should be able to see our web page. So scrolling through, you can see all of the images are also available here. Now let's move on to our VNC viewer. So opening that, we'll see that our localhost 5901 is still available. So let's just click on that, enter in the password, and let's just quickly open up Firefox and enter in localhost. This should also load up the web page. Yes, it does. So the images are also here, as well as the entire web page.